Hey everyone, today I'm going to review the Ezekiel game booster for the Walking Dead All-Out War miniatures game by Mantic Games. And you can decide for yourself whether or not this booster is great. Alright folks, so this is what the Ezekiel booster looks like. It's got a picture of Ezekiel on the front here, sitting on his throne, it looks like, and then it's got a little window with the Ezekiel miniature in the front, and on the back it shows you all the contents. Let's take a moment and open it up and show you what is included. So with this booster you get 3 models. You get another, I think it's an alternate sculpt zombie. Of course you can never have too many of those with this game. This one has a nice little half-eaten, or half arm, I guess. It's reaching out. Nice little zombie. It has, of course, the Shiva figure, which is really awesome. I am not sure how I'm going to paint stripes on this guy, but I think I'm going to try to attempt it. And then it's just a great, fierce tiger pose. I don't know if you can see it all that well. But that's the Shiva figure looks like. And then it also comes with the Ezekiel miniature. He's holding his staff. Really great. Got like these little feather detail, which is awesome. Really 3 nice models in this booster. And then inside there are also some cards. Let's give you a rundown as to what those cards are, what the weapons are. You've got a Shikumzi. I don't know how to say that. It's a melee weapon. It's pretty much his staff that Ezekiel has. It's a dual wield sharp. Sharp basically means that after melee you roll a black die, and on a shield it gives 1 extra hit, or wound I should say. And it adds a white die to melee attack rolls. If the attack scores any exclamation points, you immediately add 1 bonus red die to the attack roll. And if Ezekiel carries this item, all friendly survivors in his kill zone may use his nerve. So that is probably something you're going to always want to play with Ezekiel, just because it gives everybody in his kill zone high nerve, which is nice. And I like the little exploding die mechanic with this weapon as well. I think that's really cool. So if you roll an exclamation point, you're going to roll a red die. This right here, we just played this booster in a match. This was a very brutal weapon. The crossbow, it's 22 points. It's a ranged 20-inch weapon. It's a reliable rifle, adds 2 red range attack rolls. And this weapon requires 2 actions instead of 1 to reload with an ammo reload. Plus, the really cool thing about this is it doesn't cause mayhem, as you can see. So you can snipe away at the folks and not have that mayhem tracker move up at all. This was really nasty weapon when we played our match earlier. And then you also have an 11-point makeshift body armor. It reduces damage taken by melee attacks by a red die, which body armor is always good in this game. And then this is something that you're going to probably want to equip Ezekiel with when you're playing him with Shiva, and I can't imagine you wouldn't play him with Shiva, but this is 5 points. Discard this card when any model with the Beast special rule is within the user's kill zone. All Beast models restore 1 health point and add 1 red to their melee value for the rest of the turn. So basically you can discard this and give Shiva a boost and some life, and it is kind of nasty. So those are the 4 equipment cards in this booster. It does have this Mantic Point card in it, and it will tell you a little bit on the back. It says allies. You will notice that Ezekiel has a new faction symbol, the Kingdom. For full rules for allied forces will come in a future expansion, but until then just consider him to have the, it looks like cowboy hat symbol instead. And then the character cards for Ezekiel and Shiva. Ezekiel is 56 points. Shiva is 44, so together they're 100 points. That's quite a bit of your force. He has a white melee, a white shoot, and then 3 defense. And that 3 red defense is actually pretty good. We played him earlier, and my wife rolled very, very well with those 3 red die, and he evaded quite a bit of damage with just 3 red die. So don't discount the 3 red die. He has 5 hit points. He's got a special rule where commanding presence when making your hold nerve action. Ezekiel does not roll the black die. Instead, he immediately reduces the threat level by white die roll. Shiva, if Shiva is engaged in the same combat as Ezekiel, both Ezekiel and Shiva add a red die to their melee attack rolls. You really want to combo them up and get some really nasty melee going on because they get a bonus when they're both together. Crazy. We had that happen once and it was just brutal. They wiped out 2 or 3 walkers. The leader ability, the king, once per game, Ezekiel and every survivor in his group from the kingdom faction may perform 1 extra action during their activation. This bonus lasts for only a single action phase. If the extra action is not used, it is wasted. That's pretty cool. Getting the extra action is really key, and that could change the tide in a game. And then Shiva's 44 points. She's got a blue and a red for melee. She, of course, doesn't have any shooting or ranged attack dice. She does have a white and a red defense die. Her nerve is high, and she has 6 health points. And then for her special rules, Beast Shiva may run 10 inches and may never defend in combat. In addition, all of her melee attacks have the sharp keyword. In melee, you roll a black die after, and if it comes up a shield, then you get 1 extra damage. Furious Assault, once per turn, if Shiva wins a melee, she may immediately move into base contact with a new standing enemy within 6 inches. Resolve this new combat immediately, even if 1 or more combatants has already fought. So that was really cool as well. Basically, Shiva was like pinballing around a little bit in our match where she would attack somebody, and then she would win, and she'd move over and attack again, and Shiva is nasty. Tiger, enemy survivors within Shiva's kill zone treat their nerve as 1 level lower than usual. So that combos well with the Ezekiel ability where he shares his threat level if he has that staff, and she lowers enemies' nerves by being a tiger. So that is really cool. I really love this little combo right here. I think there's so much nastiness that you could do with this Shiva and Ezekiel. Anyway, let's get my final thoughts. So that's what the Ezekiel game booster has included with it. As you can see, it has this great 1-2 combo with Ezekiel and Shiva. It also gives you a nice little alternate walker sculpt. I think it's definitely worthwhile picking up. The 2 models themselves are like 100 points. They are a powerhouse. I love it. That crossbow is brutal because it's just so silent and deadly. I think you definitely want to pick this booster up if you have the Walking Dead All Out Wars miniatures game. The one critique that we have with this booster is that my wife wondered why there wasn't any defensive bonus when you team up Shiva and Ezekiel. You would think that Shiva would step in and defend Ezekiel if they were together. So you'd think that thematically that might be an option, but even the way it works, the way they have it right now, it's just a great combo when they're together in melee. It's really, really thematic. Just that one little quibble is probably what I would say is I'm surprised that there's not a defensive bonus for having them together. Other than that, I'm going to say pick it up, go order it, add it to your collection, and enjoy this booster with your Walking Dead All Out Wars miniatures game. Alright folks, that's going to do it for me. My name is Doug. This has been Victory Condition Gaming, because winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.